Sports Slay with the Queen, Micah K. Now remember, I'm doing this for the love of the game, okay? Major fight night. This is the comeback fight for Errol Spence, the Truth Jr., okay? He defends his WBC and IBF straps against former two-division champion Danny Swift Garcia, okay? This is with the welterweight division, okay? I'm going to give you my analysis and then my prediction. Then I'm going to touch on the final press conference, all right? Let's talk about Garcia first, all right? Garcia has really good combinations, plus strength and speed, all right? One thing you have to respect, he takes some of the toughest fights because Garcia has fought some of the most elite fighters. Now, what is Garcia known for? He is known to have an excellent left hook. He definitely knows how to utilize the jab, but he doesn't utilize it a lot like some other fighters we might know, especially if you are tapped into boxing, okay? Now, another thing that he does well, he's really good with body shots and combinations, really good accuracy, okay? Now, Garcia's first loss was to Keith Thurman, and then his second loss was to Sean Porter. Now, Garcia, to me, too, can also take big punches at times. Now, one thing that I have to say about Garcia is he has to make sure that he is locked in and focused at all times, that he is not caught slipping. He has to make sure his defense is up to par, especially facing Errol Spence, okay? And another thing he has to make sure he does, throws enough punches, in my opinion. In my opinion. Now, let's talk about Spence really quickly. Now, Spence has a lot of power and is a powerful southpaw. Definitely has the knockout potential on deck, all right? Now, Spence had a run in 2014 of 11 straight knockouts. Now, let's talk about some other things with Spence. Spence can fight in a variety of ways. He lets you know that by his last two fights against Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter. Spence against Garcia, he showed his excellent high IQ and also showed he can go the distance using his conditioning with good stamina plus showing good patience. Another thing that I love about Spence, he's a really good athlete. Just love his bounce, okay? Excellent accuracy, knows how to utilize the jab well, very effective. And when I say he knows how to utilize the jab, he does basically like a series of jabs at times, okay? Not just one jab, but 3 to 4 jabs at a time, all right? He has devastating combinations to wear down the body, okay? He breaks the body down. He also knows how to utilize the ring really good. I really like his movement and his head movement, okay? Now, let's talk about some other things that he does really, really well. Let's talk about the fight against Sean Porter. Now, he lets you know with the fight against Porter that he can go toe-to-toe, that he can fight in the inside, and he could be aggressive. Now, let me be clear. With that fight against Porter, I was really impressed with Sean Porter because he showed determination, he showed heart, and he showed a lot of effort. I feel like the outcome definitely could have been different if Spence did not get that knockdown, okay? But both fighters really did a good job with that fight. I was really impressed. I love the fight. It delivered. It had a lot of juice, okay? Now, one thing I could say about Spence that he definitely, that I saw a little bit about, basically is his defense. He needs to make sure, Spence needs to make sure his defense is sharp at all times. Now, let's get into the prediction. I definitely have Errol Spence winning this fight in dominating fashion, okay? That's my first prediction. Now, the reason why I have two predictions for this fight is because this is a comeback fight for Spence, due to the accident. And it was crazy and it was scary. Thankfully, he made it through and he's looking good right now. So let's talk about the risky prediction that I have. I feel like and I believe if Spence is really, really locked in, he could possibly knock out Garcia in between rounds 7 and 9, okay? Now, if everything goes according to plan, I will definitely be discussing, the fight afterwards, and I'm going to talk about Spence versus Crawford because we know, as fans, as reporters, as commentators, we want to see that fight for sure, all right? Now, let's talk about the final press conference really quickly. Now, all right, We know, if most of you are tapped into boxing like I am, October 10th, 2019 is when the horrific car accident happened, and he is going to be defending his world championship 14 months later. Let's talk a little bit about what Spence said in the final press conference. Spence said he's been in the gym since February. We've been grinding and staying focused, okay? I'm 100% ready. I'm ready. He said my reaction time is on point. Everybody is going to see the same Errol Spence as before. Also, let's talk about what the reporter asked Garcia about, as far as you've been calling out Spence for 2 years. Spence interrupted the reporter and said no. Garcia basically has only been calling me out for 1 year, okay? And Garcia confirmed that, and I definitely agree with Spence, because I feel like most people just started calling out Spence within the last year after they saw the fight with him and Sean Porter. I feel like some fighters and boxers might have thought, okay, it might be a couple of loopholes, because before I felt like Spence was the boogeyman. Nobody wanted to deal with Spence and his power. That's just my opinion. Let's also talk about how Garcia said he's very appreciative of this moment. He felt like at times when he won titles at first, he wasn't as appreciative, but now he's so thankful for this other opportunity. I really like both men. I feel like both men are very mature. They are both family men. I am really excited to see this fight. I feel like it is going to deliver. It's definitely going to have the juice, okay? Now the question is, will Errol Spence be the same? Now, Spence said that questions will definitely be answered, okay? Now, all my slayers and slayettes, tell me what you think, all right? I told you I have my prediction. Listen, I have Spence definitely winning this fight. Now, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You see I got the Christmas stuff on. You see the hat. Listen, I'm a huge Christmas person. We're all my people that just love Christmas. I know 2020 has been hard, but we all got to still stay positive, okay? Now, remember, I'm doing this for the love of the game. It's so much more on the way. I promise you, it's just going to get better and better with time. Remember, this is the queen, all right? This is Afternoon Sports Slay. I'm out.